Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, and welcome to our new listeners and viewers on E360 TV. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and you are listening to Talking Heads program. And we're going to talk on Talking Heads. This is about my professional background, but also about what I bring forth through, because I don't have a script. It's just natural. It's just being in the now present and bringing it through. So that's how we're going to do it. All right. So today's conversation or topic is going to be about meeting your future self. Now, what is meeting your future self? Apart from when you look at films and you see, like say, Star Trek, and people far, far out into the future generations, and they come back to the people of Earth and they're just so like humanoids. That's all wonderful and everything. But hey, shall we get a bit more realistic? Right. We are going to look at our future self. And by that way, I mean, we have been brought here on Earth to be creator beings. That means to manifest all we wish, all we desire, all we require, coming from a place within a heart center with higher vibrations rather than lower vibration of fear. Now, it's all very well me saying this. In fact, it's really easy for me just to say this. But put that into practice. Now, that is something. So I'm going to, in the next 25 minutes, I'm going to show you a way that is easy, accessible, rememberable, and fun as well. Right. So now what we're going to do, we are going to pretend now that you have, for example, I'm Dr. Madalene Chan. So I have Dr. Madalene Chan and then another Dr. Madalene Chan. So we've got two people, yeah, and they represent together as Dr. Madalene Chan, but it takes two people. So with that, what I mean by that is Dr. Madalene Chan A, for example, is living on this earth, and so is B, Dr. Madalene, number two, Dr. Madalene. So she carries on her day, and she wakes up in the morning, and it's about going to work and being responsible. So it goes, oh, it's time to go to work. It's time. So it's basically saying you've got the logic, Madalene Chan, that's about routine and responsibility. And then you have the other Madalene Chan, which is about being freer, nurturing, being sensitive, being compassionate, looking around, being in that present moment. Now, the thing is so we'll say 1 and 2. So all you have to do is have two people that represent you. So you might think you're going to go a bit mad, but believe me, come along with this. Go along with me on this. So let's say you get up and you're going to work and you're going, oh, I've got to go by this time and this and this, and I've got to have my breakfast and this, and I've got to shower, blah, 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 routine, routine, routine. But the other part of you, as you're taking a shower, because you're in that shower, if you're thinking about all the worry, what's coming on, what's going to happen during the day, you're fueling that. So that's when you bring your other part of yourself to come in and go, oh, I can feel the lovely water. And you can even imagine beautiful golden ray of sunshine just coming in through and around you, just to protect you, to make you feel centered. So that's one thing about showering. Then you go and have your breakfast, and it's like your other part's going, come on, let's hurry. I've got not time of day. I've got to hurry with this breakfast. I've got to get out the door at a certain time. But your other one goes, hang on, wait a minute. I'm not going to think about worrying about what's going to happen, getting out of the door, or what I'm going to come across. I'm actually going to, while I've got that time to eat the breakfast, I'm just going to eat the breakfast and not eat it so fast that I'm choking. Just eat it and just be thankful for the breakfast. And just think within that space of time, oh, I'm thankful for where this breakfast came from. Who prepared it? Thankful for everything of that breakfast. So you see how by having two people present that is of you, you can have the respond as in anxiety. Hey, you got to get on with the day, this and this, being responsible, having a call to action, but also having this panic and this worrisome and anxiety. Then you can bring the other part of you saying, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to look at it in a different way. And and feeling it and looking at it a different way, you're fueling a different vibration into it. So let's go even further. Let's go, right, we've gone out of the door, and let's say you're in your car. Let's say you're not in your car. Let's say you're just walking to work, for example, and other people be on their phone, blah, 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 talking to the friend. Oh, yeah, I've got another day ahead. Oh, my God, I've got to see that person. Oh, I've got to, it's like heavy. You don't even know what's going to be happening in that day. As far as routine, as what your job is, but you have no idea about the energy and who you're going to meet. And if you have already talked to your friend or put it into your mind and set that day up, that's exactly how it's going to be, then guess what? That's exactly the vibration you will attract. So as you're walking, instead of talking to your friend and thinking about worrisome, walk and go, hey, that tree's lovely. Wow, I never thought this. Look around and meet the vibration in a different way. So by the time you get to work, you haven't fed that vibration of fear and low vibration and anxiety and preparing yourself what the day is going to be, preparing the outcome of your day without actually experiencing that outcome of that particular day. So basically, you're judging because of other experiences you've had at work. You actually bring it into the next day. You bring it into the next experience, the new experience that you're about to experience the new day. And that's what people do. It's all very well people saying, well, I'm only human. Hey, come on, enough of that excuse. I'm only human after all. Yeah, but you know what? There's room for improvement. Yes, we're human, but we're human beings, meaning human beings. We are beings of humanity. And that is me. That is an example of meeting your future self. So everything that you go about going out in the day, look at it in that space of time that you have. Instead of panicking and being worried and anxiety and building yourself up to building yourself up until the point when someone actually talks to you or you come across on your path. And and depends where you're at with your vibration, with your mood, with your mind, you will respond according to what you have set yourself up for that day. And that's why, for some reason, when you start to just meet people and you just have an instant conflict with them, because you set yourself up for that. And maybe that day they set themselves up for a conflict as well. So what happens? You mirror each other and you magnetize towards each other, and then you have a conflict because you're both wanting to occupy that space, that vibration of conflict. So there's another way. So it's about retraining everything you've learned as a human and bringing in the intuition, your inner intuition, your inner guidance. So life is about a balance. So instead of having where we've had all our, solutions, experiences on the outside and looking for answers outside and solutions through talking to people upon other people's experience and basing it upon that, you then decide the outcome, or you decide, oh, I'm not going for that. Or, I've had a bit of a knockback. Oh, that's it. I'm giving up. It was, it's just not meant to be. It's interesting this, because there's so many people that option out and use the cliche, oh, it's just not meant to be. The only way you can say if it's meant to be or not is if you have tried everything, if you have thrown everything there, if you have approached it in a way of your logic, you approached it in the way of your ego, and then you've also approached it in the way of your inner intuition, your inner guidance. Then you can say, you know what? This is not actually serving me. It's not serving my purpose. Therefore, to leave it alone, to walk around it, to detach. When you're meeting your future self, it will be where if this life is about vibration and energy, and everything is moving, even though we can't see things that like a table or anything that's solid matter, we cannot actually see it reverberate. We can't see it vibrate because it's not within our human, I can say third dimensional. You have to be elevated to go higher, to see it beyond. So see through, there's a saying, when you see it through your third eye, it's almost like you see, there's a vision you see as the outside reality. And then it's almost like you go beyond that. And that's when you have your third eye, where you see things on a different dimension. It's still part of, you see things multidimensional. So 3D, the limited world, the illusion is 3D. It's not multidimensional. If we look at it from a 3D limited illusion. But when we open wide and look into it and look it from different angles, it becomes multidimensional. So meeting your future self, one has to become multidimensional. If you remain stagnant within the illusion, within the matrix, within the lower vibratory fear, you are not multidimensional, and you will not meet your future self, because your future self is within you. It's your inner intuition. It's your inner guidance. It's following your heart, following your higher intelligence, your higher mind, your higher compassion, your greater love, your greater light. Thing is, when you meet your future self, there's no shadows. The shadows have gone. And because the shadows are gone, and by the way I mean by shadows is our fears, our low vibration, our anxiety, the way that we bring forth or manifesting illness within ourselves, because we are focusing on the discordant vibration. So let's say that we have little creatures, and these little creatures are part of our outer reality. Within us, we have, I would say, the good creatures. So we have the bad creatures and the good creatures. If we keep feeding the bad creatures, these little creatures, they will manifest into monsters, a big monster. And that's because you keep feeding that little creature until it becomes so powerful. You fuel it. So what I'm trying to say is, meeting your future self will make you look at all your behavior traits, from your eating habits, from the way that you have a mindset to heal yourself, from the way that you live in a mask and you do not follow your inner guidance, from the way you keep following your ego, from the way you keep feeding your pain and addiction. All you will do is, if you've really helped that little monster to go down to a tiny, tiny little creature, which you can control, and you're loving that creature because it's not threatening, the minute you begin to think of that addiction or that mask or that feeling, that emotion that you're hiding, and you start to fuel it, you are giving that little creature that food, and that creature will grow into a monster again. So you're back right from the start. So meeting your future self, you have to be prepared now. A, live from your heart. By living from your heart isn't just saying, oh, it's all about love, everyone, and that's it, and you've just got to have love, you've got to do this for love and this. If you are not even doing and applying the love in your life in every area, every sector, then you're just wearing a mask. And life will pull you up. Because as you go on this journey of awakening, of meeting your future self, of opening your heart center, you will be tested. You have to be tested because more light needs to implement. You see, there's enough light now on this world. It's done. The light has won. Now, the light illuminates shadows. And that's what's happening in this world. It's illuminating the shadows, illuminating the pain, the masks, things that have been hidden. It's all coming up to the surface because it's discordant to the earth. It's discordant to Mother Earth. So it needs to be cleansed. It needs to be purified. It needs to become neutralized rather than a discordant vibration. And meeting your future self, it will cause you and bring you certain people, certain places, certain events, certain situations to make you aware of the discordant energies that still remain within you. So within Dr. Madalene Chan, that's number one there. So you have Dr. Madalene Chan 2. Dr. Madalene Chan 2 is the one that's the future self. But there's a big conflict there because we have been so ingrained in being a product, a placement of our background, of our previous life, our karmic life. It's difficult to, it's complex. It's a complex journey. The path of being a light worker, the path of love, the path of love is the most complex path, and it has to be. If it's that easy, no one would appreciate the light being that they are. And that's what we have to do. We are all here to meet our future self, our multidimensional self, so that we are at a balance. Therefore, we can control those little monsters because they're still going to be there. They're not going to fully disappear because they can't fully disappear because we are still physical Earth in 3D. Even though she's moved to 4D, her physical body is still in 3D. Her spiritual body, however, of Gaia is in 4D, 5D. So we're moving into that. So the more she is cleansing and purifying, the more we are cleansing and purifying. Right now, we are in the age of the masks fall off. That means when the masks fall off, remains your true, authentic self. And what is your true, authentic self? Ding! It's your future self, multidimensional. It's who you really are at a core level, rather than what has been predetermined, what has been decided because of all the years that have gone by from your life, from your background to your previous lives. So that's what we're dealing with right now. It's massive. It's absolutely colossal. It really is. And it's a choice. It's a choice. But I must say, if you find that you don't go and meet your future self, your inner guidance, then it's going to be a hard journey. Because 3D, the illusion, the matrix, is breaking up. Because the power of 3D has gone to its full power. It's geared up. It's gone to its fullest. It is now dissipating. We have to now start to clear up our minds. Yeah. Look at the way of our behaviors. Look at the way our words contain a resonance, a vibrancy, a vibration, right? So we have to look at our words and find a way of expressing that is not defensive, not harmful, not judging, not condemning. Better to remain silent than to say something that you may regret later. Better to take that pause before replying. There's the power of elevated listening. Better to read and focus and be in the now moment and read what someone has sent you, rather than just skimming and replying, because it will not have that full energy to it. It will not have that full focus. It will be half-hearted, and half-hearted will not bring the results. 100% or nothing. Better to do something, put everything into it, than just 50%. So if you put 50%, only 50% will be the outcome. And it's the same with your meeting your future self, with your inner guidance. So we have to look at the way that our food, we have to be careful what we, digest, what we ingest, what we take in. We have to be careful because there's chemicals. We have to be careful now because it is now manifesting, because there's so much light that is now being shone back, that's been implemented, that's been into the earth. And now the light is illuminating the shadows, but the shadows within our body. And that is our habits, our food. Everything is manifested, our thoughts. If one person is saying they really love what this person's doing and they really welcome it, but in their thoughts, they're saying, I'm just doing that to see what I can get out of it. guess what? That other person will be in tune now with the real intention and thought. You see, masks are down, and where people could hide things and say, oh, I really like this, and oh, I love this brand, I love this, and I love this. Oh, I'm supporting you in every way. Oh, it's amazing. Wow. You know, if you're pure heart and you really feel that intention, it's coming from a pure heart. It's coming from a true intention of, yes, I'm so happy for you. I'm really happy for you. My heart is just, yes. And it's got that energy and that feeling. The other person will really bring that through. You see, they really will feel it. We'll cover this in next week. I feel that people's true intentions, are they real or are they fake? Let the masks reveal it. Take the masks down and it will be revealed. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan. I've super enjoyed sharing my experience, just being in the now present, bringing it through. I know it might be a bit woo, but that's who I'm known for. I really am. I am a soul heart awakened, and you can find me on USA Global TV and radio, on the education courses with Dr. Jacqueline. We have got some amazing courses, how to transcend from the shadows and awaken that heart and meet your future self, really. So I've super enjoyed. Thank you so much, USA Global TV viewers. Thank you, E360 TV viewers. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to life itself. Mwah. Love you all. And remember, it's time to meet your future self. Goodbye.